Hey there, dear. Can we pass? Would that be okay? We need to go on this trail. Excuse us. Oh, there goes the tail. You don't want to move, Missy. Thank you. Hey, friends. Jen and I are in the beautiful Shenandoah National Park. We're gonna do a quick backpacking loop. I mean, I say quick. It's more like a short backpacking loop that we're just gonna kind of leisurely take our time on. I think the whole loop is maybe 18, 19 miles, so just 5 today, 8 tomorrow, and 6 to finish it off. So we're up on Patterson Ridge right now. Just ran into a whole bunch of deer, so good thing the puppy was on the leash, and now she's just kind of taking her time smelling. There's a lot of animal poop on this trail. We're following, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's yellow blazes right now. They're kind of far spaced apart, and then we're going to go down to, I believe it's called Big Portal Run Trail. Temperature is 50 now, very windy. I know we'll be protected when we drop down by the river to camp, although it might be a little cold there, so we'll see how that goes. I do have my 10-degree bag this time. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, that's about it. I see the forecast is pretty decent for being springtime. It's had a lot of rain. There's some stream fording that we'll have to do, so hopefully it won't be too high. I did bring along our new dog rescue harness that I can sling Jin to the front of me if I need to be hands-free for water crossing. So we'll see. Check back in later. Keep going. We've been getting a little bit of a view through the trees here. This is probably the most open it's been because a tree came down, it looks like. And don't be fooled. While it was, or is currently, a lot of the downhill and switchbacks, there was still some uphill to deal with. So we're getting a good workout. Woo woo! We made it! Oh man. That was a brutal, 3.3 downhill. Gotta admit, my legs are shaking like jello now. So we're along the water. I can't see it yet, but it's over there to the right. And now all we have to do is scout out our campsite. So we might go in another mile or so. There should be, from reviews, it sounds like at least 3 along the water. So we'll probably try to get up ahead as much as we can. All right, this is our first water crossing. I think it's fine for the puppy to cross. I'm probably just going to take off her jacket and then I'm going to switch to my camp shoes. But it doesn't look too strong or anything, just not enough stepping stones. All right, well, we just crossed that. The water gets really flowing there, but thankfully nice and calm here. I'd say it was only knee deep for me. I mean, I'm short. She had to swim a couple spots, but I just grabbed her harness and helped her to the next higher ground. So that was fine. Of course, we had just dried off from the first water crossing, so now we got to dry off again. But I'd say it probably only took us 5-10 minutes to dry off. We have passed one nice campground or campsite. Now we're looking for 2 more. All right, our third water crossing here. This one's going to be interesting. It's definitely more current. I can see a way. I'm just going to have to go there, I think. I might try rock hopping up there. Maybe. We'll see. I'll let you know. All Alright guys, well that wasn't bad at all. I was a little nervous because of the current, but at this being our third crossing, Jen knew to kind of wait for me that I would help her. So I got her across the bulk of the current, and then she waded across. And then while I was in the middle of the current, I was able to then use both of my trekking poles to help me keep my balance, because there were some slippy rocks over there. Looks like we found our home sweet home, just a little after 5 miles. Not a lot of space, but we don't need a lot of space for our one-person tent. And we got some nice little path access to the water. Well, we've done everything, and it is 5:30, so it's going to be an early night for us. I wanted to just kind of eat and get everything settled, so first we set up the tent, then we cooked, and we both had dinner. I had some nice mashed potatoes. Puppy had her dog food. We actually did see one other person. Someone was fishing in this creek down here, and then he went up trail that way, so he might have just been out here for the day. I heard that there's really good fishing in this creek, so maybe he got something. I don't know, I didn't see. Jen gave me one warning, a bark to let me know that he was there. I could tell she was scenting something on the air, which was really cool to watch. So she did her job as a guard dog. We got the, let's see, after dinner we got, oh yes, we did hygiene, so I did brush my teeth, changed into the glasses from the contacts, and then we got the bear can stashed away. So really, that's all we're doing. I'm just hanging out, enjoying the weather. It's very comfortable. I think it's supposed to be feeling like in the 40s. It feels great. I'm just hanging out in this and my pants and barefoot. Did some stretches, and now just enjoying this cool early evening with the water. And Jen doesn't seem tired. She's just playing all around here, so I figure might as well not go into the tent until we need to. There's definitely some mosquitoes because we're near the water, but really nothing oppressive at all. So we're just enjoying this evening. Good morning. It's the morning of day 2, and we are just back in bed after going out for a little potty break. It's so nice and cozy in here. I was getting some conflicting weather reports. Some were saying like going as low as 33, and then others were like, oh, it's just going to be 40. So I did bring in my water filter just in case, and just had it in my quilt with us. But I really don't think it got that cold. I never got that like chill or nip to the air at all. And I noticed that Jen kind of got a little overheated a couple times at night and came to either poke her head out like right over here. And then for a little while she actually went off the sleeping pad, and she lay between the sleeping pad and the tent wall to kind of cool off there too. So really a comfortable night. I was a little, restless, just getting used to sleeping out here, but still had a nice, peaceful night's sleep. So we're just going to hang out for a bit because today is not going to take too long hiking-wise, I don't think. And, yeah, have some breakfast in a little bit and then get packed up. Here on the trail you can see how these piles of leaves were all pushed up. So this had water basically flowing through it. I'm guessing sometime like last week when there was a lot of rain. So we got really lucky with the weather for this trip to be this dry. And over here there's even water kind of lightly trickling as well. I heard a couple of rain sprinkles last night, but really just a smattering, that was it. And the sun actually has come out for a couple minutes, so we'll enjoy it while it lasts. Here's our first intersection for the day. We're headed to that Big Run Loop Trail, and then we'll connect to the AT. Looks like we're going up. Well, I gotta say, I appreciate that gradual climb back up to the ridge. It was after that intersection to the Big Run Loop Trail. It was just uphill, 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 but nice, easy switchbacks. Thankfully, we got some cloud cover, so it really wasn't bad at all. We just found an intersection and continued on the same Big Run Loop Trail. It's really nice, I don't know. Nice and mostly flat. And then we're just gonna connect to the AT and cross the road by Brown's Gap, I believe it is. Brown Gap. Here we are on the Appalachian Trail, headed to the Jones Run parking lot, and then that's where we'll deviate from the AT and start going down to the falls. Not a bad spot for a lunch break. What? You want more lunch? You want to get moving? Alrighty. Check out this cool rock. That thing's huge. We just passed by the top of Jones Falls, and now we're doing some switchbacks to get to the bottom to see it in its full glory. So behind me, back there, you can see my pillow and my sleeping pad. And it looks like, unfortunately, I cold soaked some couscous for lunch today, and I guess it leaked out from the Ziploc out of the bear vault and onto my bedding, which is not great. So it's on the pillow and the sleeping pad just a tiny bit. I'm going to let it dry out. The couscous was soaked in chicken broth, so we're going to be a nice smell for the bears tonight. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's not too much, but you know, obviously animals' sense of smell is pretty good. So I'm going to try to get those dried out at least, so I'm not bringing it immediately into the tent. And then I'm going to go check over the rest of my stuff. But hopefully everything else is just contained in the bear canister. And I ate the couscous for lunch. I just didn't realize what had happened. Alright, I hope you can hear me over the water. What I decided to do was take everything out of the bear canister, rinse it, and then now I have it set out to dry. I just figured that was the best way to get rid of the contamination. Now, what the broth that was in there was probably like a half teaspoon. Like, there was not a lot, but again, I know that that is a strong smell. So we've got things drying. It's only like 2 or 3 o'clock, I think. So let things sit out for a little bit. I'll watch over them and then put everything back, make dinner, and then stash the bear canisters. So, yep, lesson learned. Don't store liquids in the Ziploc pouch. And always close the bear canister all the way. I had it still like partially turned. Alright, so it is 5 o'clock and we are in bed. Not really to go to bed to sleep, but we had a really quick dinner. It kind of was like starting to rain a little bit, so I just did cold dinner. I had like some crackers, some salmon, a salmon packet, and this dehydrated salad. So it's pretty good. Helped warm me up a little bit to eat. And then Jen kept staring over my shoulder while we were eating, kind of in the direction where I was hoping to stash the bear can. So just on the safe side, I don't know if she was smelling an animal or something. I stashed the bear can in the other direction, which whatever, that's fine. But she was really, her being on edge was making me on edge, so I thought we'd just finish up things quick and come head in here, just watch a movie and try to wind down a bit. Overall recap for the day, we did end up seeing 2 groups of 2 people who looked like they were backpacking on the AT. Both actually had dogs, which was kind of amazing. So one had a little rat terrier, another one had a little Sheltie, so that was cute. And then when I was sitting, letting my food bags dry out, which seemed to work great, I guess the test will be tonight, I saw someone coming down from across the creek to filter water, so I just waved at them. The water was too loud to really say anything, so I know there's at least one other camper in the vicinity, so that makes me feel a little good as well. The reason why I was like kind of paranoid with the whole animal activity is because according to the All Trails review, someone who had done this trail maybe last week or like a week and a half ago said that there was bear activity, like a black bear came into someone's camp and kind of bluff charged them, and they finally got it to go away just by, you know, banging pots and shining the headlamps into its eyes and such. So hopefully, again, that's not going to be the case for us tonight, but I'm prepared if I need to. I got my whistle and all my things, so yeah, stash the food far away. We had a great night's sleep. I was not as restless as the prior night, but I did turn a bit like a rotisserie chicken since we're on a slant, so laying on one side I kind of felt like, you know, gravity was pulling me one way, but that was okay. It had a couple of sprinkles of rain, nothing bad. I could tell that the wind was moving. The moon was so bright last night that when the clouds cleared, you could see the leaves moving, like there was a shadow of the trees over us, and I could see them really moving. But the tent wasn't moving at all, so we were definitely in a nice protected area. A little colder being next to the water here.
but really still not bad at all. It doesn't feel like it's below freezing or anything like that. Still like in the 40s, I think. We've got up to do our morning potty, came back in for a little lay down again. Just trying to get the motivation to get dressed and have some nice breakfast again. So glad that we had a nice calm night, even though I was a little worried about the bear activity.
Well, the Doyles waterfalls were well worth it. The upper and lower, absolutely beautiful. Stopped to just take in the sights. Really nice trail. All uphill, of course, but we got some nice switchbacks. I passed 2 day hikers going down, and that's been it so far. We went up to the Jones parking lot, had a little break, left, and then immediately had to go back because I forgot my sit pad. All good. Oh, I forgot to say, converted the pants to shorts because I am sweating. It's a beautiful day. I think it's supposed to get close to 60, but a little bit overcast, which I don't mind. Just a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Well, that was interesting. We somehow got off the AT and then ended up by the amphitheater by Loft Mountain Campground and kind of by their like camp store area. So there we go. Now we can head north. Obviously everything connects, so we just kind of circle back around to the AT. I honestly am kind of glad we accidentally went that way because it was a very nice view at the amphitheater, and I think we might not get so much here. We're going to be passing this small trail loop. I think it's called the Fraser Discovery Trail, but pets aren't allowed on there, and I know there's a good view that way. We're going to just stay on the AT back to where we started. So at least we got a view for the day. And I will say the white blazes are not so consistent on this park. They use those posts, and I know I just walked by that post. I thought, oh, camp store, I don't need to go there. And then I just kept going when I should have turned. So that's my bad. She's being a good sport. I think she's getting a little bit tired. I'm just going at her pace today, and she's definitely a little bit slower after we did all that uphill miles this morning. That's fun. There's a cabin over here. We're on our final descent. Oh, and there's a piped spring. Oh, that's beautiful. We're on our final descent down to Skyline Drive now. Let's see what we got here. Yep, 0.4. Pinefield Hut. Wonder if this is... okay, I thought it would be packed. That's the Potomac Appalachian Trail Committee, Conservancy, something like that. They have a whole bunch of cabins in Shenandoah and then also on this area. Oh, hold on, we dropped your jacket. Now it's a wet jacket. Okay. Sorry, puppy. Let's get going. Can you untangle yourself? Oh my word, we're a hot mess. Give us 1 second, wait. Okay, home free. So I guess here is where I'll say thank you for joining me and Jen on another trip. This was our longest solo trip with 2 nights. I don't think the mileage obviously was not our longest mileage, but it was definitely a strenuous hike, and there was lots to see, so I'm glad we could kind of cruise and take it in, and that we could also get lots of rest, because let me tell you, it's invigorating to hike after you've slept 10 hours. So that was very nice. Highly would recommend this trail, and we're headed down to the car for a little treat for ourselves, and then go get some lunch. Thanks for watching. Nice little treat for me. Nice little treat for the dog.